How will Steven and Lars fuse? Hello everyone, this is a Steven Universe discussion / theory video on the Stars fusion, because that's recently been blowing up right now. You know, the voice actor for Stars has been revealed and things like that. Now, me personally, I don't exactly see why Steven and Lars need to fuse for this arc. If anything, it would seem harder for them to fuse in the first place. So to me, like, before the voice actor got announced, I just wasn't exactly on board for a Steven and Lars fusion, because the only reason why it's needed is that the Wanted arc is not just an arc where Steven and Lars run away from Homeworld and try to survive, but it's also a Lars arc, an arc where his character will be fully developed by the end of these episodes. No more of this, well, he's kind of changed, but not really. No, it's going to be, by the time he gets back to Earth, he's going to be a changed man completely. And having him work out his problems with Steven, you know, the character that he usually has conflicts with, by fusing with him, it's pretty much the best bet to have, you know, to work out that conflict. But other than that reason, to me, and maybe a few other headcanons, I personally don't see the point of fusing. I know the voice actor still got revealed and things like that, so they will be fusing. I personally don't mind. I still don't see the value, besides the reason I just said, of them fusing. But, you know, we'll see, you know, the exact reason. But it got me thinking exactly on fusion, and this is kind of like a really weird theory that I came up with. So try not to take everything I said here to your grave and things like that. This is just kind of still up in the air and just what I thought of overnight. So yeah. It got me thinking about fusion in the first place, because we, as the viewers, have been told many times that to fuse, you need to dance with another gem to fuse in the first place. But then this made me think a little bit more, for this might not be the case entirely. For some examples, many fusions formed did not, like, need a dance ritual in the first place. Like with the rubies, they don't dance, they just get in position and then they fuse. Same thing goes for left topaz and right topaz now. They didn't dance, they just stood next to each other and then they merged. You know, that's usually how it works. So it's possible that gems that are the same more or less don't have to dance to fuse. You know, like same type gems. All the rubies were rubies, so they don't exactly need to dance, because like the fusion that we usually see are with pearl and an amethyst. You know, they're two completely different gems, so they would need to do the ritual and then they fuse. But you know, since if they were like same type gems, like a quartz and a quartz, they wouldn't exactly need to fuse. And this kind of makes sense for Smoky Quartz. For Steven and Amethyst, they didn't dance when they formed Smoky. They didn't. They just pretty much hugged each other, an explosion happened, and then they formed Smoky. But one thing that I did notice is that when they were fusing, I suppose, quote-unquote fusing, they were both emotional at the time. And so it's possible that gems don't have to dance to fuse, but they can be emotion. Like, there can be heavy emotion going through a gem's mind, or just gem, and they could still fuse with another being. And some powers here and there within the show do based off emotion, so it's not too far-fetched. Many times, gems where being emotional can cause fusion, like with Ruby and Sapphire and Jailbreak. They didn't really dance when they formed Garnet. They were both in such a heavy emotion, like caring for each other, that when they did meet each other again and then they slightly danced, they fused Garnet. But one thing for sure is that they were both really worried about each other. That's like a heavy emotion, and that's why they formed Garnet again. Same thing goes for Smoky Quartz, like I said. Steven and Amethyst, they were caring for each other as best as they can, and you know, pretty much like in a sign said, like, you know, I need you and things like that. And because of that heavy emotion implied, they fuse. And same thing can kind of be applied with Stevani in a sense, you know, sometimes though, because Steven and Connie do dance here and there to form Stevani, but you know, sometimes when they're in the moment, say like with against Jasper, when they fought Jasper, they didn't fuse exactly. They just ran up to Jasper because they were both angry that Amethyst just got poofed, and because of that, apply the heavy emotion, they immediately fused with one another. So it can work out that way, and you know, with the examples that I'm providing here and kind of like this theory that I'm going with, it's possible that Steven and Lars will both be in an emotion that's so heavy for each other that they both fuse, because that's pretty much what's going to be. They're going to be around each other pretty much 24/7 watching each other's back, and if either of them don't get emotional, I mean, granted, they were both emotional in Stuck Together, and that was only the first episode, and then we have 3 more episodes after that. And if you see my last video where I kind of talk about where there would be 12 episodes entirely of them in Homeworld, that's a possible 8 more episodes where they're still stuck in space. So if they kind of got emotional in the first episode, guaranteed they will definitely like have, you know, feelings for each other by the end of this arc and things like that, and that'll most likely lead up to them fusing. So yeah, this is kind of a short theory, you know, something I just kind of wanted to get out there and just kind of personally give my thoughts on the Stars fusion. Again, I personally don't think it's necessary in a way, but you know, that's just how it is since we are getting it now. So I don't mind, as I said, but it got me thinking about fusion in the first place, and I just thought I'd give you a reason on how they would fuse in the first place. So yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Have any questions, comments, concerns, or any other discussion topics you guys want me to talk about? I'll try to answer them the best I can. Want to draw any founder for the channel, be greatly appreciated. Email and Twitter are in the description below. Want to support me on my Patreon? Link is also in the description below. Have a great day, have a great night, and everything else you know to do. Bye.